Hey everybody, so sorry that last video ended kind of abruptly. My friends were doing a drugstore run for me, and they got back a little bit earlier than I expected. But you know, I figure I could, now that I'm actually 3 days post-op, I could fill you in on sort of how the whole recovery process is going up till now. So first of all, it's just been kind of amazing how quickly I've been recovering. I mean, I'm delighted. I sort of had prepared myself, I guess, for the worst. I was like, probably going to be some pain, probably going to be some nausea, probably going to be some side effects from the pain meds and so on. But things are actually going incredibly well. I would say that I even got out of the anesthesia pretty easily and was like pretty cogent from the time I got into the second recovery room. And even then, not in a whole lot of pain. The pain overall has proven very, very manageable with the Vicodin that they gave me. I mean, I'm sort of slowly tapering off of it. I started out taking 2 pills every 4 or 5 hours, and now I'm down to like 1.5 pills every 5 or 6 hours. And I still take a little bit more before before I go to bed. But on the whole, it's decreasing, and the pain remains quite manageable. I guess the main time that I feel that pain is when I am in the process of lying down flat, entirely on my back, or when I'm like in the process of getting up from lying down entirely. Like even just sitting down or standing up from sitting position, neither of those are really that painful. But I think it's just when I like do that full recline, which is nice, obviously, to be able to rest like that. But it's a little bit rough in the transit. And I guess the primary site of the pain is mostly the drain holes where the drains come out of. So that's probably the number one place that I'm feeling it, although I'm increasingly telling myself I think I'm able to feel where the incisions are. I mean, I haven't seen my chest yet, right? So I don't even really know what it looks like, and it's probably not right there, but I tell myself, oh, maybe I can feel it, maybe it's coming back. So that's fun to speculate about. But so the pain is pretty minimal, thankfully, and have not had really horrible side effects from the pain meds. I was on Vicodin after being in a car accident last fall, and I remember a pretty bad constipation based on that. But thankfully that has not returned. I'm being pretty deliberate about drinking a lot of fluids and eating high fiber foods and all of that stuff. But it just hasn't been an issue yet. Thank goodness. What I have noticed actually is though that it's causing some itchiness. Both like I've heard people talk about itchiness like under the binder, just as a result of wearing the medical binder, but I'm kind of itchy in my neck too and my back and stuff. So actually I was very, very fortunate. I got this handy little implement. It stretches out and it's a nice little back scratcher. I highly, highly recommend them for those hard to reach places. Yes, very good. So that helps. And I also have some Benadryl, which just little capsules of diphenhydramine. So that's great. And I haven't really experienced a lot of other difficulties like nausea or lack of appetite or lightheadedness or fever or anything like that, really. So I think that's probably a very, very good sign, and it's, I mean, obviously delightful not to have to deal with too many things post surgery. So yeah, doing really, really well on the whole. My energy level has been surprisingly high, and the appetite too. I've been hungry. I've been eating, and drinking lots of water and tea and good things, and yeah, I've been sleeping reasonably well. I tend to like fall asleep like 10 or 11 and get up at 2, which actually isn't so bad because that's been giving me an opportunity to, take more pain meds and empty the drains and so on as necessary. And then I like usually stay up for an hour or so after I get up, but then kind of drift back to sleep and then wake up whenever. I also tend to take sort of intermittent brief naps or just kind of nod off in the middle of the day. So it's really nice just to be able to relax and, because I'm mostly just hanging around in bed and stuff, not really doing much. So that's really good to be able to rest. Let's see what else. I have been emptying my own drains from the time they showed me how in the hospital, and that's actually has not been really hard at all. I can show you them. I just, slight blood warning. There's not a lot, but for those of you who may be more squeamish, here is the drains. Here are the drains. Yeah, so they just connect, via safety pins, and they're basically they work via suction. So you have to squeeze them after you empty them. And I take down the measurements of how much I find in the drains each time I empty them. I've been emptying them, they said every 4 hours or when the drains are half full, and I wasn't sure whether that or was like whichever comes first or whichever comes later, but I'm gonna guess it's whichever comes later because they didn't even give me enough slots on the little sheet recording sheet for me to actually be recording it every 4 hours, and they've been draining really well. The amount of fluid has been decreasing pretty steadily to the point where it's just a drop now. It's really not coming out a lot more, and the liquid is also, excuse me, much lighter and clearer. So it's more sort of yellowy. Sorry if this is too graphic, but good to know. That's a very good sign of healing, I think. So that's good. They feel a little bit funny, just because you can sometimes feel a little bit of the like suction force. But it's kind of cool. I don't know. I like medical things like that, and I'm not really all that squeamish about blood or needles or whatever. So I just think it's kind of cool that it works out like that. I've actually been sort of just blown away, just kind of reflecting. My friends and I were talking about this both as we were driving to the hospital and back, just kind of like, it's incredible what medical technology can do these days. I love the future. Yeah, so drains are going well. I feel really good. My friends have just been awesome. They, I had two of my friends drive me to the hospital. Another one took Friday off of work and stayed with me that whole day and night. And another friend came by yesterday. Actually, two other friends came by yesterday, and one of them made me some a cabbage dish, which is, doesn't sound that exciting, but I actually really love. So yeah, I mean, I just overwhelmed by all of the show support, and also just blown away by kind of how easy it's going. I know that everyone's experience is different this way, but maybe this can also be another sort of encouraging note that it's not horribly painful and traumatic experience for everyone. Like, sometimes it actually goes pretty smoothly. So, but it's like so dependent on your individual genetics or whatever. I'm in pretty good health, but like, I'm not like a marathon runner or whatever. Yeah, I've just been mostly catching up on a lot of books I wanted to read, movies I want to see. I got a Netflix subscription at last. I finally caved. My queue is hella gay. It is so gay. It's kind of bad, but I don't know why after top surgery I feel this urge to like watch all these really queer movies. But that's what I'm doing mostly. Yeah, and hanging out with people and relaxing, taking it easy. In fact, I guess the hardest part has just been to like remind myself that I should rest and stay in bed and not overdo it, not strain myself, not, potentially risk tearing an incision or, causing more blood flow or any of that. So my friends are, it's funny when my friends come over, I sort of go into this automatic hospitality mode. It's like, oh, let me show you around, like, because I have a new apartment. Let me, like, get you something to drink or something. And they're like, no, we're supposed to be getting the drink for you. You're supposed to be in bed. Lie down right now. I think my friends are gradually learning that they need to be pretty insistent about that. So yeah, and what I do to remind myself is that I kept my medical bracelet, and I've been wearing it right up until this morning, just to kind of remind myself, you weren't discharged that long ago. You should probably rest. So it's a good reminder for me, at least. The reason I took it off this morning is actually because I took a little sort of shower thing of sorts. I didn't actually turn on the shower thing. I just used the bath faucet. And I basically what I did was, I have my medical binder on because I'm not allowed to take that off in the drains. But I can take off my other clothes, and then I basically just faced the bath drain and variously knelt or squatted there and sort of washed off my legs and tummy, and then once I'd done that, I sort of like dunked my head under. Like, I don't know if any of your like your moms used to wash your hair in the sink or whatever, but it kind of felt like that. I was just kind of like leaning over just to make sure that it was like below where the binder was, so it wouldn't spill. So I think I managed to keep the binder totally dry, so that's great. And yeah, just overall, I'm really blown away by how well things are going. It's not a whole lot of emotional difficulties either. I'm just feeling really happy, and I'm mostly at this point just really looking forward to seeing my chest, how the results look when I go in and get the binder off on Tuesday. It's only in a couple of days, so that's quite exciting. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope everyone's doing really well. Take care.